Let's let's unpack this. Imagine this scenario.
Mm-hmm.
You're learning English, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you know a decent number of words. You kind of get some grammar, but then, bam,
Mm-hmm.
real moment. Someone asks about your morning or what you did.
Then your mind just goes blank.
Totally blank. The words just poof,
Yeah.
gone. That feeling, that freezing up, having the knowledge, but not being able to like grab it in the moment.
Yeah. It's a huge, huge hurdle. So frustrating.
It really is. And you think, oh, I need more grammar, harder words, more classes.
Right, more complexity.
But what if the answer isn't more complex stuff, but making the simple things actually work for you right when you need them?
Exactly.
We did a deep dive into this source, a YouTube video, talk about your day in English, beginner practice, bookish English.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, it offers this surprisingly simple, almost like counterintuitive way to break through that freeze.
Yeah, what the video really hammers home and what's so effective about this approach is the basic idea. The best stuff for learning to speak isn't in a book. It's your life happening right now. Your routine, what you do, what you see, how you feel. It's all there.
So our mission here in this deep dive is to really pull apart those techniques from the video, understand the thinking behind it, and show you, listening, how this isn't just about memorizing phrases. It's about unlocking English to talk about your life, starting, like, today.
Yeah, it's not just drills. It's about building confidence because the language is tied to your experience. And using routine, that makes practice doable, consistent.
Okay, so let's get right to it. What's the absolute core idea here, the main philosophy?
It's incredibly straightforward, really. You don't need perfect grammar to start. You don't need 1,000 words. You don't even need a partner necessarily. You just need to talk about what's actually happening, your real life, what you're doing, seeing, feeling right now.
It almost sounds too simple.
Yeah,
Like, is that really enough?
I know, it does. But the video insists your daily life is the lesson plan, and it specifically points to the morning routine as a great place to start.
Why the morning?
Well, think about it. Mornings are usually pretty similar day to day, right? That repetition is key.
Okay.
The video explains that saying simple sentences about those same actions again and again helps your brain lock them in. It's not just repeating words, it's repeating them in context.
Right, while you're actually doing the thing.
Exactly, which makes recalling them later much, much easier. They start to feel natural.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Using the built-in repetition of your own day.
Mm-hmm.
So, let's follow the video's path. It starts right when you wake up.
Yep, literally the moment your eyes open, the idea is start speaking immediately. Simple sentences about what's happening.
So we're talking super basic stuff like, I wake up, the sun comes in my window, I feel tired, I sit up in bed.
Even things like, I take a deep breath, or I stretch my arms.
Absolutely. And then moving into getting ready, I go to the bathroom, I look in the mirror, even I smile.
Wow.
Or describing brushing your teeth. I brush my teeth. The video suggests counting 1, 2, 3 while you do it, naming things. This is my toothbrush. And connecting actions to how you feel. I wash my face. The water is cold.
Yeah, or I look tired, but I feel good. The source acknowledges, look, this is going to feel weird at first, talking to yourself.
Definitely.
But it calls it your secret practice and says it quickly starts to feel normal.
Okay, secret practice. I like that.
And a really practical tip it gives, use your phone camera.
Ah.
Just record yourself saying good morning, maybe add a feeling, I feel happy or I feel sleepy, then watch it back.
Ah, so you see yourself doing it.
Exactly. You see yourself speaking English, even just a tiny bit. The video calls these small steps, big wins. The point is, don't wait for the perfect sentence, just speak. Now.
So, from a learning standpoint, why is this simple naming and describing so powerful?
Because you're linking the language directly to the action, the object, the feeling in that very moment.
Right.
It builds much stronger connections in your brain than just seeing toothbrush on a list.
Yeah.
You're learning wash face while the cold water is on your skin. It's context.
Brilliant. Okay, so you've started the day noticing and naming. Then, as the day goes on, same idea for other routines, like breakfast.
Exactly. Section 2 in the video. Eating breakfast. And it calls this living English.
Living English, okay.
And again, it's narrating the simple actions, identifying things.
So I eat breakfast, I go to the kitchen, this is my plate, I open the fridge, I see eggs, I eat eggs.
I take out bread. I like bread. I put butter on my bread. I sit at the table. Simple.
And the eating itself, I take a bite, I eat my breakfast, I drink water, or tea or coffee, or describing fruit. I eat a banana.
Yeah.
The video's core message here is each action becomes a sentence, each sentence becomes practice. You are literally living your English lesson.
And it's not just for when you're alone, right? What if you eat with family?
Great point. Even super simple interactions count. I eat with my mother, asking, do you want tea or is this your cup?
Those seem basic, but the video says they're powerful for beginners. Because they're real, they're functional, they achieve something. And adding feelings is key again. I feel happy, I feel sleepy, the tea is warm.
Makes it more personal.
Right. The video argues expressing feelings makes your English more real, stronger. It helps you move towards fluency.
And the camera practice comes back here too.
Yeah, like a quick video update. Good morning, today I eat eggs and bread, I drink tea, I feel fine. Watch it back, feel that little boost of hope and progress the video talks about.
What about new words? Like, if you eat something different.
Perfect opportunity. Ask, what is this in English? The video uses spoon or milk as examples. Learn it, then immediately use it. This is my spoon. Repeat it.
And that repetition. I eat breakfast, I drink tea, I feel good.
Saying it every day really cements it.
It does. It builds automaticity. The video really empowers you. You become your own teacher in these moments. And linking words to taste, temperature, texture, that sensory input makes the memory stronger. Okay, breakfast done. Fueled up. Time to head out. Section 3. Going to work or school. Speaking on the go.
The practice just continues. Narrate your journey. Describe what you see.
So leaving the house. I go to school. Or I go to work. I leave my house. I lock the door.
And what you see outside. I walk to the street. I see many cars. I see some people getting to your transport. I walk to school. Or I walk to the bus stop. I wait for the bus.
When the bus comes.
The bus is here. I get on the bus. I sit down. And looking around, I sit near the window. I look outside. I see trees. I see shops.
It's like you're narrating a documentary of your own commute.
Pretty much. The video points out you don't need a textbook page. Just look out the window. Describe it.
And if you bike or drive.
Same idea. I ride my bike. I go in a car. Simple, useful phrases practiced while you're actually doing it.
Feelings, check in again.
Yep. I feel sleepy. I feel excited. I feel tired. And adding time, it is 8 a.m. I go to school at 8 a.m. I arrive at 8:15. Daily stuff.
What about small talk, if you're with someone?
Even just, are you ready? The video stresses it's not about deep conversations yet, just getting comfortable with these short, real exchanges.
The source mentions that saying, I go to school out loud, felt weird at first.
Yeah, but then through repetition it felt normal and built confidence. It shows how just doing it consistently makes it easier.
Okay, but what if you work from home or stay home?
The practice adapts. Narrate your movements. I walk in my house. I go to the kitchen. I sit on my chair. Your home is packed with things to describe, opportunities everywhere.
This section also brings in thinking in English, right? The quiet practice.
Crucial point. Observing things and forming sentences in your head. He is walking. She is talking on the phone. The video really highlights how powerful this internal practice is.
Why is that so effective?
It trains your brain to actually process the world in English. It's a huge step towards thinking spontaneously in the language, which is what fluency feels like.
And there was an anecdote about giving directions.
Yeah, a lovely one, helping a tourist with just go straight, then turn right, and feeling that sense of empowerment. Even basic English has real impact.
It really makes you see your commute or just moving around your house differently as practice time. And that internal voice. Wow.
Absolutely. You're getting mental reps in, constantly preparing yourself to speak when the time comes. It builds that mental muscle.
Okay, you've arrived. Work or school. Section 4. Practice in action.
Right. Upon arrival, you start narrating your actions related to what you're there to do.
So at school, it might be, I start my class. I sit on my chair. I open my bag. Naming things. This is my notebook. I write in it. This is my pen.
Adding time. It is 9 a.m. Describing activities. I listen to the teacher. I listen carefully. I read the board. I read what is on the board. I take notes. I write down what I learn.
And at work, similar things.
Exactly. I start my work. I sit at my desk. I work at my desk using tools. I type on my computer. I type emails, interactions. I check messages. I talk to coworkers. I speak with my team.
The message seems to be, every little action is a chance. Use these simple, useful words.
Yes. And the video is really kind about moments when you feel tired or overwhelmed.
What's the advice there?
Take a breath. Tell yourself it's okay. One sentence is enough. Maybe an affirmation like, I study, I try, I grow. And smile. It builds self-compassion into learning.
And the quiet thinking practice continues here too. Observing people.
Definitely. He is the teacher, he is writing, she is asking a question, keeping that internal English narration going.
The video also talks about being brave enough to speak up.
Yeah, even something small like, I have a question. It might feel scary, the source notes, but doing it makes you feel stronger.
But what if you make a mistake when you speak?
The video is super clear and positive about this. Mistakes are not bad. They're proof you're trying. And trying is good. They're part of learning.
So embrace the mistakes.
Totally. And asking for help, can you say that again? What does that mean? That's framed as bravery, too. It helps you grow faster.
Small talk with colleagues or classmates is also encouraged.
Yes, the basics. Good morning. How are you? I'm fine, thank you. This is my answer. The video says these aren't hard, but they're real. It's how people actually talk.
And learning new words from people.
Like finding small treasures, the video calls them. Write them down. Try using them later. It's learning in the wild, real conversation.
And connecting your actions to speaking about them, like, I study English, I write sentences.
Saying it out loud reinforces it. I send emails, I answer calls, I help customers. It connects the task directly to the language, makes it stick. And that connection to specific work or study tasks means the vocabulary is immediately useful. That makes it much more memorable.
Okay, time for some social connection. Section 5. Talking with friends, connecting in English.
This is about taking that simple, real-life practice into your friendships.
Starting with the absolute fundamentals, right? Hi. Hello.
How are you? I'm fine, and you? I'm good. The video really emphasizes how powerful these simple greetings are. They're the entry point.
They're building blocks.
Exactly. Using them feels good, helps you start speaking, helps you connect, feel like you belong.
And the slightly more involved things.
Yeah, easy questions and answers. What are you doing? I'm reading. Response, that's nice. Follow up. Do you like the book? Comment. That is funny. Simple back and forth.
But what about feeling shy? Or making mistakes with friends?
The video addresses that directly. It says mistakes are okay, especially with friends. They're usually kind. They'll help you, wait for you. It lowers that anxiety, that filter that stops you from speaking.
That's good to hear. And learning from friends.
Powerful stuff. Hear a new phrase. Ask, what does that mean? Write it down. Try it later. It's learning through real interaction with people you trust.
Using those building blocks you mentioned. The simple phrases you know.
Yes, you don't need complex sentences. Build the conversation piece by piece with what you have.
There's an anecdote about a friend helping with a word.
Yeah, a relatable one. Forgetting a word, a friend helps out and the feeling is positive. The lesson. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to try. That positive reinforcement is huge.
Even talking about class or study together.
Great, safe practice. Did you understand the lesson? A little. Me too. Let's study together. The video paints speaking with friends as fun, safe, full of these little growth moments without high pressure.
What if your friends mostly speak your first language?
Even asking, can we try in English? Just for a sentence or two. It's about slowly integrating it, small steps.
And if you're alone?
Imagine conversations. Practice them in your head. The source calls this SMART and how great speakers begin. That visualization helps prepare you. It really highlights that language is about connection, and practicing these simple social interactions builds that vital confidence.
Midday break. Section 6. Eating lunch, a delicious practice time.
Another routine, another chance to practice. Talk about the food, the meal itself.
Okay, examples like, it is lunchtime, this is my lunch.
Describing what you have. I have rice, I have chicken. Naming utensils. This is my spoon. Actions. I eat rice. I drink water.
Describing the food. This food is hot or spicy.
Opinions. I like the taste. Sharing agreement. Me too. Disagreement. I don't like it. These are powerful because they're true in that moment. Real.
And talking about how you feel related to the food.
Yeah, easy, useful stuff. I am hungry. I feel full now. I want more. I like sweet food. Stuff you actually say.
The video mentions someone reflecting on past lunches, feeling left out.
Yeah, a really touching part. Remembering being silent because they couldn't join in and comparing it to the big change of being able to say even simple things about the food now shows the social impact.
Taking pictures of lunch for social media.
Yeah. Posting it with a simple English caption like, this is my lunch today, I like it. The video says it's fun, feels good, uses what you learn.
Learning new food words seems easy here too.
Definitely. See something new, ask or check. What is this in English?
The video uses papaya. Then use it. This is papaya. I eat papaya. Repeat. The video says you don't need heavy grammar here.
Right. Just your eyes, your hands, your mouth, your heart, your willingness to try. Engage your senses.
And if you're eating alone?
Talk to yourself. I am eating rice. It is hot. It tastes good. The video insists. It's not silly. It's smart practice.
Even just closing your eyes, feeling the food, finding words.
Yes, speaking softly, slowly. It's all practice. The video's logic. You eat every day, so you can practice every day. Simple as that. It just shows how these basic everyday things are perfect, structured opportunities for learning that's rooted in your experience.
Okay, the day's winding down. Heading home. Section 7. Coming home, reflection and routine.
Narrate the trip back and what you do when you arrive.
So the journey. I go home, I wait for the bus. The bus comes, I get on, I sit down.
Observing again. I look out the window, the sun is going down. I walk to my house, the sky is orange. I see children playing, they're playing football. I see shops, the shops are open.
Then arriving, I am home. I take off my shoes. I put down my bag. I put my bag on the chair.
The video describes these words as feeling warm and safe. Your space, your routine.
And connecting feelings to being home.
Definitely. This is my room, I sit on my bed. I feel tired, reflecting. It was a good day. I feel sleepy. And importantly, I feel proud.
Acknowledging the effort.
Yes, expressing that pride in English is powerful. And keep labeling things. This is my table. These are my books. This is my phone. Your home is a vocabulary lab.
The mere practice comes back too.
I wash my face. I see myself. I am tired, but I feel proud.
Really reinforcing that feeling linked to speaking English all day.
Interactions with family at home.
Simple things again. I talk with my mother. My brother's watching TV, asking or answering, how was your day? That's nice. Real life, real steps.
Reflection is important at this stage.
Yeah, asking yourself, what new word did I learn or say today? Try to use it again. Helps it stick.
And acknowledging mistakes is still okay.
Absolutely. The video reminds you, it's fine, keep going tomorrow. Every speaker starts small, makes mistakes.
Writing just one sentence about the day. In a notebook, yeah. I came home at 5 p.m. I feel tired but proud. The video calls this your words, your story, your English. Documenting your journey.
And talking to yourself, summarizing the day.
It's like telling your story in English. I had a long day, I studied hard, I talked with my friend, I ate lunch, I came home. The video says this feels strong, helps consolidate.
Home feels like a really safe space for this kind of reflection and practice.
It is. And summarizing the day helps pull together everything you practiced earlier. It's a natural review.
Evening time, Section 8. Watching TV or studying English active learning.
Right. This brings in more focused learning, but still connects it to the speaking method. It's about active engagement.
So actions like, I watch TV, I study English, I turn on the TV, identifying, this is a movie, a cartoon, the news, I listen to English.
But the key is how you do it. Pay attention. Try to catch new words. Look them up on your phone. Write them down. Repeat them. Try to remember them.
Even just one new word is good.
One new word is progress and a gift, the video says. It manages expectations realistically.
Watching English videos online is also suggested.
Yeah, searching Learn English, finding short, easy videos, listening, repeating, feeling that little spark of understanding more.
And shadowing, copying speakers.
Listening and trying to mimic the sounds and rhythm. The video says it helps you speak better.
What about dedicated study time, like with a notebook?
Open it up. Read the sentences you wrote earlier. I eat lunch, I go home, I watch TV. Then add one more about today. Today I was happy. I talked to my friend. I ate a banana. Building skill line by line.
Talking to yourself during study is encouraged too.
Yes, I speak English now. I feel good today. I learned a new word. Looking in the mirror, speaking slowly, hearing your voice. The video calls it feeling brave.
What if you just feel lazy or tired by evening?
The video gets real about that. Remember your goal. Tell yourself just 1 minute, just one sentence. Often, that small start leads to more.
Right.
It emphasizes. This isn't magic. It takes effort, time, consistent practice.
Using learning apps fits in here too.
Yeah, saying words, getting feedback, like, good job, like having a mini teacher. Practice anywhere, anytime.
Even listening to English songs.
Absolutely. Singing along, trying to catch words. I can sing in English. The video frames this as special, powerful learning, even while relaxing.
Learning with ears, eyes, and heart.
Real learning with love is the phrase used. And writing a quick note at night, today I watched TV in English, learned a new word, practiced speaking, reinforces the progress. This section neatly blends active study with the daily narration, showing how they support each other. You're targeting different skills.
Dinner time, often a family focal point.
Yeah.
Section 9, eating dinner And talking with family, sharing your day.
Yes, integrating English into the evening meal and conversations.
Actions and observations again.
Yeah.
It's time for dinner. I eat dinner. I go to the kitchen. I see my family. Greetings. Good evening. Come sit with us. I sit down. The video notes this feels warm and safe.
Talking about the food, this looks good. I like this. This smells nice. Describing it. It is hot. It is tasty. Simple words that let you participate.
And joining the actual conversation, like answering, "How was your day?"
Exactly. Using simple English. It was good. I learned a new word. Or, I talked with my friend in English. The video highlights the pride and connection in sharing like this. Talking about being busy or tired or having fun.
Engaging with what others say too.
Yeah, simple responses. Really, what happened next? That's funny.
Oh.
The video talks about laughing together, connecting. English helps you be part of that moment.
What about teaching family a word?
Another great idea mentioned. This means, in English, feeling like a teacher, sharing your learning, brings joy.
And if the conversation lulls, or you're eating quietly.
Still practice, talk to yourself. I eat rice, I drink water, I sit with my family. It's still reinforcing the language, still powerful.
Talking about tomorrow's plans is mentioned too.
Tomorrow, I will study, I will watch a video, I will speak more. Saying it out loud, the video suggests, makes you believe it more, sets the intention. Again, the contrast is drawn. Remembering past silence at dinner versus the big win of joining in now. Dinner is about people, sharing. Speaking English makes you feel part of it, builds confidence.
Learning food words happens here too, naturally.
Asking, what is this in English? Examples like spinach, soup, spicy. Learn it, repeat it.
Even helping clean up is practice.
Yes. I wash the plates. I dry the cooks. I like helping, expressing feelings. I feel full. That was good. The video calls these true words, which makes them strong. The key point here, dinner is often safe. Home, people who care. Ideal, low-pressure practice. You don't need complexity, just simple, real sentences. It makes English part of your family life.
All right, the very end of the day, section 10. Sleeping and thinking in English, daily review and future vision.
The practice wraps up with simple bedtime actions and mental engagement with English.
So, narrating, getting ready for bed. I go to bed, I walk to my room, I change my clothes, I wear my nightdress or pajamas.
I fold my clothes. I keep my clothes here. I sit on the bed. Checking time. It is 10:00. Getting in, I lie on my bed. I pull the blanket. I cover myself. Even these small actions are practice.
And reflection is big here, right? Reviewing the day.
Yes. In simple sentences, mentally. I woke up. I brushed my teeth. I ate breakfast. Then I studied. I talked with friends. I came home. Finally, I ate with my family. I spoke English. The video says these memories become sentences, become your story.
Thinking in English before sleep.
Powerful quiet time. Today was a good day. I spoke English. I learned new words. I made sentences. I feel proud.
Acknowledging your effort, your journey.
And sometimes speaking out loud before sleep.
Affirmations like, I am strong, I am learning, I will speak English. The video suggests these words sink in, build belief, bring calm, positive self-talk.
Mistakes get a final mention.
Yep, one last reminder. It's okay. Keep going. Try again tomorrow. The power is in the consistent daily practice. Listening to quiet English before sleep.
Short, soft videos, simple words, maybe repeating them in your mind. Peaceful learning, the video calls it. Maybe even helps consolidate learning during sleep.
And imagining stories or conversations.
Yeah, simple ones. I am walking in a park. I see a friend. I say, hello, how are you? The video frames this as fun, helpful, making English stronger, becoming your own storyteller. Again, the contrast. Past silence versus speaking even one line now. The message. English is for life, even at night, alone. Small sentences yield big results over time.
And ending with belief. Believing you will speak without fear.
Yes, reminding yourself nightly, I can do it and I will. That visualization, that affirmation is a strong psychological boost. This whole bedtime routine is a calm, personal wrap-up. Connect with the language, review, set positive intentions. That self-talk and visualization, really important for keeping motivation high.
Okay, wow. We've walked through an entire day applying this method. Let's pull it all together. The absolute key takeaways.
It boils down to this. Simple, consistent, daily practice. Using your actual life. What you do, see, feel. That's your material.
Speak out loud, even just to yourself. And don't fear mistakes. The video really insists they're good. They mean you're trying.
Absolutely. Use repetition, especially the natural repetition in your routines. Start really small. One word, one sentence. That's a win. Use your eyes, ears, hands, your whole day.
And the ultimate result. according to the video? What's the transformation?
It's moving from freezing up from that silence and fear
Yeah.
to speaking with more confidence, connecting with people, feeling genuinely proud of yourself, building really a new version of yourself who can use English.
It's not just learning phrases then, it's unlocking your voice. The cumulative effect of all these tiny steps seems huge.
It is, because it trains not just the language, but also the mindset, the courage, the willingness to actually use it.
So, bringing this right back to you listening now, the video makes it feel so immediate, like you can start right now.
Exactly. You just heard how literally every part of your day is packed with these simple, powerful practice opportunities, from waking up to falling asleep.
Right. So, here's a thought for you, inspired directly by the source's encouragement. Think about the very next thing you're going to do, right after this. What's one simple English sentence you can say about it?
Just one. Maybe whisper it. Maybe think it clearly in your head. Or maybe say it to someone nearby. What's that one sentence for right now?
Because remember that vision from the video.
Mm-hmm.
You're not just learning abstract rules. You are actively building your
let's
voice
unpack
in
this.
English. You know
Changing
that
how
feeling,
you experience
right?
your world.
Someone asks you a simple
Becoming that
question in
person
English,
you
maybe
choose to
just,
be.
how's your day?
Every single
Or,
word, every simple
what did you get
sentence
up
you
to?
manage. It's a
And
real
suddenly your
step,
mind
a
just
tangible Yeah. step
well,
closer.
it keeps
Goes blank.
speaking,
Mhm.
keep growing.
The words,
You feel locked away, kind of stuck somewhere between your brain and your mouth.
Mhm.
It's a really frustrating, incredibly common wall for anyone starting out with English.
It really is that moment of paralysis, yeah, where the simple act of speaking feels, well, overwhelming. It often stems from a disconnect. You might understand words or grammar rules, in theory,
Yeah.
but actually retrieving them and using them spontaneously to describe your own immediate reality, that's a whole different skill.
And that's precisely why we zeroed in on this particular YouTube video transcript.
Mm.
It presents this brilliant, almost deceptively simple method for beginners to break through that exact wall.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about mastering complex structures or memorizing huge vocabulary lists right away. It's about leveraging the most available resource you have pretty much all the time, your own daily life.
Exactly. The source essentially suggests using your actual actions, your immediate observations, and your genuine feelings as your main language lab.
Your language lab, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By focusing on the language that is directly relevant to your experience, right now, you start to build a practical, usable vocabulary. And you begin forging those direct links between the English words and your lived reality.
So our deep dive today is all about exploring this method. We're going to walk through a typical day, pretty much as described in the source material, seeing how narrating simple, real-life moments, step by step, can actually build fluency and, importantly, confidence.
And it's not magic.
No, definitely not magic. It's focused, consistent practice.
And understanding the how and the why behind this approach, I think that can truly unlock potential for learners. It shows them, that they don't necessarily need special materials or even partners to start speaking.
The opportunity is always there.
It's ever present, yeah, built right into the fabric of their day.
Let's jump straight into the core idea then, because it is wonderfully elegant, isn't it, in its simplicity. The central concept is basically using your actual day, what you are doing, what you're seeing, and what you're feeling as the raw material for your English practice. The source puts it really clearly. Say what you do, say what you see, say what you feel.
And this focus on personal, tangible reality is absolutely key. For a beginner, trying to talk about abstract concepts or maybe unfamiliar topics is incredibly difficult. It's daunting.
Yeah.
But talking about holding a cup, seeing the sky, or just feeling tired, these are grounded experiences. You're learning the language for your life, not just, about it in a textbook.
It means you work with the English you have right now. If you only know words for basic actions or objects, well, that's where you start.
Yeah.
The source really emphasizes this isn't some shortcut. It's about consistent effort. That is not magic, it says. That is practice. And the secret is simple. Small practice, daily practice.
And that small daily practice, it builds momentum. Plus, focusing on simple, relevant sentences directly connects the English words to the neural pathways associated with those actions or observations.
Okay.
This makes retrieval faster, more automatic over time. Think of it like building muscle memory for speaking. You start with the basic movements, the ones that are immediately useful, repeating them until they become natural.
Okay, so let's follow the source through the day, starting right at the beginning. Morning, you wake up. The source suggests saying just that. I wake up.
Simple.
Then, sitting up in bed, I sit up in bed. Just simple actions, simple sentences.
And why is starting with these basic morning actions so effective? Well, it's because they are routines. They happen every single day, usually in the same order.
Right, predictable.
Exactly. This predictability provides consistent prompts for practice. You're repeating the same core actions, and therefore you're repeating the same core sentences, reinforcing those fundamental links between the English word and the action itself.
Okay, so then it's the bathroom routine. I go to the bathroom. I brush my teeth. I wash my face. Getting dressed. I put on my clothes. Or maybe describing them. This shirt is blue.
Precisely. You're translating the physical into the verbal. You're not just doing the action, you're actively naming the action in English. This active naming process, linking the word brush to the act of brushing, or shirt to the physical object you're holding, it strengthens memory and makes the vocabulary immediately functional.
It's also about noticing things around you and expressing feelings, even just simple ones. The source mentions things like it is sunny or it is cloudy, or even I feel tired, I feel good. The source even brings up counting while brushing teeth, 1, 2, 3. Just these small moments to keep the English flowing, yeah.
Yeah, and incorporating those observations and feelings makes the language more expressive and personal right from the get-go. You're not just a sort of camera narrating actions.
Yeah.
You're a person experiencing the morning. This integrates language with your internal state, which is, crucial for real communication down the line.
One really interesting point from the source is this idea of talking to yourself out loud. The person says it felt strange initially,
I bet.
but it became a secret way to practice. They even suggest using your phone to record yourself. Like, I record it, I listen, I smile, I am learning.
That's powerful.
And they note that even if your English isn't perfect, hearing it spoken back to you, seeing your own attempt, it's powerful progress. It helps counter that fear of imperfection.
Oh, definitely. Self-talk, or you could call it private narration, is incredibly valuable because it removes the pressure of having a listener. You can experiment, make mistakes without any judgment.
Yeah.
And recording yourself adds that auditory and visual feedback loop if you use video. It makes the learning process tangible, allows you to track your progress, building confidence bit by bit. It's about moving from just understanding to actually producing the language.
Okay, so after the morning prep, it's breakfast time. Again, translating the actions. I go to the kitchen. I open the cupboard. I take out a plate.
Simple
Then describing the food. This is my plate. I see eggs. I like bread. I put butter on my bread. The source puts it really well. Each action becomes a sentence. Each sentence becomes practice.
And breakfast offers another super consistent routine. The vocabulary is often specific to a contained environment, the kitchen, the table, and tangible items, food, utensils. This concentrated exposure to relevant words linked directly to actions like eat, drink, cut, pour. It makes this time a real powerhouse for building practical, everyday language.
And if you're not eating alone, the source suggests you can use simple questions. Do you want tea?
Great start to interaction.
Adding feelings, too.
Yeah.
I feel happy, or the tea is warm. And learning new words like spoon or milk. It happens naturally just by seeing the object and asking yourself, or maybe looking up, what is this in English?
Learning vocabulary within its immediate context, like identifying a spoon as you hold it, is just far more effective than, say, memorizing a list. It grounds the word in reality. And those simple questions, even just 2 or 3 words, they're crucial steps towards real conversational ability. This repetition of basic sentences daily, just as the source highlights, is what truly helps. It says, repeating makes me faster. Repeating makes me confident.
Okay, morning done. Let's move to the journey heading off to work or school. Getting ready to leave. I go to school or I go to work. I leave my house, lock the door.
Okay, so now we're integrating language with movement through space. Describing your transition from one location to another reinforces things like spatial prepositions and verbs of motion, go, leave, lock.
And then describing the commute itself. If you're walking, I walk to the street. Seeing things. I see cars, bikes, people. Maybe I see many cars.
Using your eyes.
Waiting. I wait for the bus. Getting on. The bus is here. Sitting down. I sit near the window. And observing the view. I see trees. I see shops.
This connects language directly to the sensory input from the world around you. Your eyes are effectively your vocabulary builders here. By narrating what you see, you are actively labeling the world around you in English, making those words instantly relevant and memorable because they're tied to a visual experience happening right then.
You can describe how you're traveling too. I ride my bike or I go in a car. Add feelings about the journey. I feel sleepy. Maybe I feel excited. Mention the time. It is 8 a.m.
Adding layers.
And the source shares this lovely little anecdote, doesn't it? About being able to give simple directions to a tourist. Just go straight, then turn right, and how empowering that small, real interaction felt.
Yes. That anecdote really captures the essence of why this method works so well. It's not just about practicing in isolation, it's about using the language in a meaningful way, even a very basic one. That small success in a real-world interaction provides immense motivation and proof that the simple practice is actually paying off. It validates the whole approach.
So true. Okay, arriving at your destination, maybe work or school. I start my work, or you start my class. I sit on my chair, I open my bag, using objects on your desk as prompts. This is my notebook. This is my pen.
Right. This segment integrates language with cognitive tasks and the tools you use for studying or working. Naming the items around you reinforces vocabulary specific to that environment, the classroom, the office.
And narrating the study or work actions themselves.
Yeah.
I listen carefully, perhaps to the teacher. I read what is on the board. I write down what I learn. Or at work. I work at my desk. I type emails. I check messages. I speak with my team. The source is very real about it, though. It acknowledges that sometimes it feels heavy, you feel tired, English feels difficult. But the key reminder is one sentence is enough. It's about focusing on I study, I try, I grow.
That point about accepting that one sentence is enough is so crucial. It's about consistency over sheer volume. On difficult days, simply narrating one single action keeps the chain of practice unbroken. And integrating language with those cognitive tasks, like narrating the act of reading or writing, helps solidify the learning process itself in English.
There's also the quiet practice the source mentions, just thinking in English. Little thoughts like, he is the teacher, or she is asking a question.
Internal monologue.
And then the courage to actually speak up, even if you're scared. I have a question. Can you say that again? Or what does that mean? The source really emphasizes that mistakes aren't failures. They're proof you're trying.
Absolutely.
Simple interactions, too. Good morning. How are you? I'm fine, thank you.
Thinking in English starts to train your brain to process information in the language, reducing that reliance on constant translation. And overcoming the fear of asking questions or making mistakes in interactions, even brief ones like, good morning, that's where significant growth happens. It shifts the focus from trying to be perfect to just communicating.
Learning from others is also key here. Picking up new words and maybe noting them down, thinking, that's a new word, I will use it tomorrow.
Yes, the real world becomes your dictionary, doesn't it? Encountering a new word in context, using it immediately, or even just planning to use it, cements it much more effectively than just seeing it on a list somewhere.
Okay, midday often means connecting with friends, or maybe just having lunch. The source suggests simple greetings. Hi, hello. Basic conversation starters. How are you? What are you doing?
Practicing in a social context, especially with friends, provides a naturally lower pressure environment to try using English for genuine connection. It reframes language from, an academic subject to a tool for building relationships.
The source talks about the shyness and the fear, but highlights that friends are usually supportive and helpful. Learning new phrases from them. What does that mean? And feeling that English helps me belong. That sounds like a huge motivator.
That feeling of belonging is incredibly powerful. When English facilitates shared laughter or understanding with friends, it becomes intrinsically rewarding. It links the language directly to positive emotional experiences, which really helps it stick.
Then there's lunch itself. It is lunchtime. Describe the food. This is my lunch. I have rice. I have chicken. Talking about the food with friends. This food is hot or spicy or tasty. I like the taste. What do you have?
Lunch is another one of those daily, predictable routines that's just ripe for practice. Food is universal, right? Talking about it is a pretty low-stakes way to engage in simple, descriptive conversation and practice sharing information.
Using polite phrases if you're sharing. Do you want some? Thank you. You're welcome. Expressing how you feel about the food. I am hungry. Or later, I feel full. And even if you're alone, the source stresses you can still narrate, I am eating rice. It is hot. And learning new food words, like the example papaya, just by pointing and asking or looking it up.
The meal itself becomes a vocabulary and sentence-building exercise. It's a constant, accessible opportunity to link words to tangible reality, whether you're speaking to someone or just practicing internally or thinking the words. It's about using the moments you have.
Okay, moving into the evening now. Heading home, narrating the journey again. I go home, I wait for the bus, but maybe noticing the environment changing. The sun is going down, the sky is orange. I see children playing.
Right. This reinforces the spatial and descriptive language practiced maybe on the morning commute, but now with different sensory details as the day winds down. It shows how the same basic sentence structures can be applied to different scenarios, building flexibility.
Arriving home.
Yeah.
Simple actions. Taking off shoes, putting the bag down, going to your room, sitting on your bed, using the home environment as prompts again. This is my room. This is my table. These are my books.
Returning to the familiar environment of home can provide a sense of comfort for practice. The objects and actions are well known, making it potentially easier to recall and use the corresponding English words and phrases. Less cognitive load, perhaps.
Stating feelings about the day. I feel tired. It was a good day. Maybe I feel proud. And basic interactions with family. I talk with my mother. Asking or answering, how was your day?
Integrating English into family interactions, even in these very simple ways, makes the language feel more connected to your personal life and your relationships. And expressing your feelings again links the language directly to your emotional world, makes it more meaningful.
Reflecting on what you learned that day is a key step too. Trying to use new words. Today I learned home, and then using it. I am home. The source suggests writing simple sentences about the day in a notebook. I came home at 5 p.m., or even telling the story of your day to yourself in English.
Reflection and writing really help consolidate learning. By recounting the day's events in English, you are actively reviewing and reinforcing the vocabulary and structures you used or encountered. You're turning the day's experiences to a personal narrative in the target language.
Evening also often means leisure or maybe more study time. I watch TV. I study English, using media for practice. Listening to English TV, movies, cartoons, news, finding simple English videos online. The source mentions shadowing, where you try to copy the speech you hear, using language apps. Listening to and maybe singing English songs.
Passive exposure through media like TV or music is an excellent complement to the active speaking practice. It immerses you in natural English, exposing you to rhythm, intonation, and a wider range of vocabulary and context without pressure.
And shadowing.
Shadowing actively engages your mouth and ears simultaneously. It really helps bridge that gap between just listening and actually speaking, improving pronunciation and flow.
The source also mentions writing a note at night about the day's practice as a kind of reminder that you're not stuck, you are moving, and speaking affirmations out loud. I am strong. I am learning. I will speak English.
These are powerful psychological tools. Affirmations and acknowledging progress, even small steps like speaking one sentence, are vital for maintaining motivation and building a positive self-image as a language learner. It reinforces the belief in your ability to improve.
Then comes dinner, often a time for connecting with family. It is time for dinner. Go into the kitchen, seeing family, simple greetings, good evening, maybe come sit with us.
The dinner table is perhaps the prime opportunity in many households for consistent, real conversation practice, even if it's just for a few moments each day. It's a shared social ritual, making it a very natural and potentially low-pressure environment to integrate language into daily life.
Talking about the food. This looks good. I like this. It smells nice. It's hot. It is tasty. Sharing about your day. How was your day? Or maybe sharing a small win. It was good. I learned a new word. Listening to others and asking simple questions. Really? What happened next? Maybe even teaching family an English word you learned.
Sharing your learning process with family can turn practice into a shared experience. It reinforces your own knowledge, sure, but it also provides a potentially supportive audience. And asking simple questions shows active engagement and helps keep the conversation flowing naturally.
Even if you're alone, the source reminds you, you can still narrate dinner. I eat rice. I drink water. Maybe making plans for tomorrow out loud in English. Helping clean up and narrating those actions. I wash the plates.
Every action, every moment holds potential. Narrating simple chores keeps the language flowing and integrates it into practical, everyday tasks. Planning out loud reinforces future tense in a very natural context.
It's clear that these moments, especially maybe around the dinner table, can become safe places to practice, filled with these small moments of progress and hopefully genuine connection. The table becomes more than just a place to eat. It can be a place to learn, connect, and grow your English.
Exactly. The integration of language into these fundamental human activities like eating together and sharing stories builds a deeper, more meaningful connection to the language itself. It's not just abstract study anymore.
Finally, the end of the day. Preparing for sleep, the bedtime routine. I go to bed. Changing clothes, folding them perhaps, and then reflecting on the day's practice. I woke up, I brushed my teeth, I ate breakfast. Going through the sequence. I came home, I spoke English. The source calls this building my story. in English.
Reviewing the day in English like that really consolidates everything learned and practiced. It turns the day's scattered moments of language use into a coherent narrative, reinforcing the idea that you are using English and you are making progress even if it felt small at the time.
Lying down, I lie on my bed. I pull the blanket. Thinking in English before sleep. Today was a good day. I spoke English. I feel proud. Speaking affirmations or goals may be just in your thoughts. I am strong. I am learning. I will speak English. Or simply, I will try again tomorrow.
That quiet time before sleep is surprisingly powerful for mental reinforcement. Reflecting on achievements, even small ones, and affirming future goals in English strengthens the positive association with the language and builds self-efficacy. It prepares your mind for continued practice the next day.
Listening to English before sleep, maybe imagining simple stories or conversations, it all seems to connect back to that core belief in future fluency, that thought. One day, I will speak English without fear.
Absolutely. Visualizing future fluency and integrating English into even relaxed internal moments like imagining stories helps build a comfort level and can reduce anxiety around future interactions. It's like preparing the mental ground for more effortless speaking later on.
So stepping back and looking at the big picture here, this method, it really isn't just about vocabulary lists or grammar rules, is it? The source describes it almost as changing your mind, training your brain, building your voice, overcoming fear. It's about connecting with other people and ultimately building a new version of yourself, maybe. A new life where you can speak English.
It's a truly transformative approach, I think, because it shifts the focus. It moves away from studying language as some kind of external subject and towards integrating it as an intrinsic part of your identity and your daily experience. By using the language to describe your own reality, you are literally building your capacity to interact with the world in English.
It reminds you that you already have the essential tools, your voice, the simple words you already know, your experiences, your heart, as the source puts it. You don't need complex methods or advanced vocabulary to start.
Not at all.
You just need to look at your day and start speaking your simple, real life.
And that accessibility is precisely why this method is so powerful for overcoming that initial inertia, that fear that stops so many people. It shows you that the opportunity for progress isn't somewhere out there in the future or in a special course. It's with you, always, in every moment of your day. You already possess everything you need to start speaking the language you dream of.
It really brings home that core message from the source. Small practice, daily practice, that is the secret. Every simple sentence you manage to speak is a step forward. Every word you use builds your power.
Fluency emerges from this accumulation of small, consistent efforts, not from some single grand gesture or breakthrough. Your day, with all its routine actions and simple observations, is genuinely your richest resource for building that fluency one sentence at a time. You are actively creating your English journey as you live it.
Absolutely. So what if you just picked one tiny moment tomorrow to try this? Just one. Maybe it's saying, I wake up the second your eyes open. Or maybe I make coffee as you reach for the mug. Just say it out loud, even just to yourself, see what happens.
Take that first small step. Speak now. Your day is waiting to become your language lesson.
You got this. Keep going. Okay, let's dive into this. You know that feeling, right? You're learning English, you've got words, maybe some grammar, but then someone just asks about your day.
And poof, it's gone.
Exactly. Your mind just goes blank. You freeze up. It's a huge thing for so many learners.
It really is. It's like you have all the pieces, the vocabulary, the rules you studied, but actually putting them together in real time.
Yeah.
About your own life. That feels totally different.
Yeah, it's so frustrating because you know it, but you just can't get it out. And we think, oh, I need more grammar, harder words,
Yeah.
But what if the answer is simpler? Like way simpler.
That's what's fascinating about the source we looked at, this YouTube video, Talk About Your Day in English, Beginner Practice Bookish English.
Right.
It has this surprisingly powerful, almost sort of backwards way of thinking about it.
Yeah. It flips the script. It basically says the best stuff to practice with isn't in a book.
It's your life, what you're doing right now, your routine, what you see, what you feel. It's all right there.
So that's our mission here. We're going to unpack this video's approach. We want to pull out the core ideas, the sort of philosophy behind it, and really show you, listening, how you can use this. Not just learning phrases, but actually connecting English to your real life. Starting like today.
And it's not just about words, is it? It's about building that confidence, using language that's grounded in what's actually happening to you. That's where the connection happens.
Okay, so let's get right to the heart of it. Yeah. What's the main idea, the core philosophy?
Well, it's almost shockingly simple. You don't need perfect grammar. You don't need tons of vocabulary. You don't even need someone else to talk to, not at first.
Right.
You just need to talk about your life as it happens, what you're doing, seeing, feeling. Simple as that.
It sounds almost too easy. Like, is that really enough?
But that's the point the video makes. Your day is the lesson plan. And it suggests starting with the morning routine is a really good way in.
Why the morning specifically?
Well, think about it. Mornings are usually pretty similar, right? Routines.
Yeah, true.
So saying those simple sentences about waking up, getting ready, doing that every day helps your brain lock it in. It's repetition, but it's repetition with context, your own context.
Oh, okay. So it's not just repeating random words. It's linking them to the actual action.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And over time, those words, those simple sentences, they just come more easily.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Using the repetition that's already there in your day. Okay, let's walk through it like the video does, starting right from waking up.
Yeah, literally the moment you wake up. The idea is start speaking right away. Simple sentences, basic observations.
So we're talking really basic stuff like, I wake up, the sun comes in my window, I feel tired. Even just noticing physical sensations. I sit up in bed.
I take a deep breath. I stretch my arms. Wow, okay.
And then moving into the routine, I go to the bathroom, I look in the mirror. The video even suggests saying, I smile.
Really? Just narrating everything.
Pretty much. I brush my teeth, maybe counting 1, 2, 3 while you do it, pointing things out. This is my toothbrush. And linking it to how you feel, too. I wash my face.
The water is cold.
I look tired, but I feel good. I can see how that might feel weird at first, talking to yourself.
Oh, yeah, the video acknowledges that, calls it your secret practice. Says it feels strange initially, but then it just becomes normal.
And there's a practical tip, too, right? With your phone?
Yes. Use your phone camera, record yourself saying good morning, maybe add how you feel. I feel happy or I feel sleepy.
Just short clips.
Exactly. And then watch it back. Seeing yourself speaking English, even just those few words, it's like proof. Tangible progress. The video calls them small steps, big wins.
The key being, don't wait for the perfect sentence. Just speak now.
Absolutely.
So, from a learning angle, why does this work so well? Just naming things.
Well, you're tying the word directly to the object or action right then and there. Toothbrush, while you hold it. Wash face while you feel the water. That connection is way stronger than just seeing a word on a list.
It builds a stronger memory trace.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Much easier to recall when you need it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've woken up, you started narrating, the day moves on. Breakfast time.
Right. Section 2 in the video, eating breakfast. And the theme here is living English.
Living English, I like that. So same principle.
Same principle. Narrate the actions, name the things. I eat breakfast. I go to the kitchen.
This is my plate. I open the fridge. I see eggs.
I eat eggs. I take out bread. Maybe your opinion. I like bread.
I put butter on my bread. I sit at the table. The actual eating.
Yeah, I take a bite. I eat my breakfast. I drink water or tea or coffee. I eat a banana, whatever it is.
The video's insight there was powerful. Each action becomes a sentence. Each sentence becomes practice.
You're literally living the language.
And it's not just for when you're alone, is it?
No. If you're with family, you use simple, real interactions. I eat with my mother, asking questions. Do you want tea?
Is this your cup? Things you might actually say.
Exactly. The video says these beginner sentences are powerful because they're real.
And add in feelings again.
Crucial. I feel happy. I feel sleepy. The tea is warm. Expressing feelings makes it personal, makes it stickier. The video says it helps towards fluency.
More chances for that phone camera practice, too. Little update. Good morning. Today I eat eggs and bread.
I drink tea. I feel fine. And the video mentions that feeling of joy, seeing yourself make progress day by day.
What about new words? Like if you have something different for breakfast.
Just ask, what is this in English? The video uses spoon or milk as examples. Learn it, then use it right away. This is my spoon.
And that repetition, saying, I eat breakfast, I drink tea, I feel good, most mornings, it cements it.
It really does. And the video's philosophy is that you become your own teacher in these moments. You're actively applying the language.
And connecting it to senses, too. Taste, temperature.
Right. The warmth of the tea, the taste of the eggs. That creates richer memories for the words, makes them easier to pull up later.
Okay, breakfast done, fueled up, time to head out. Section 3, going to work or school. speaking on the go.
Yet the practice just travels with you, narrate the journey, describe what you see.
So, leaving the house. I go to school or work. I leave my house.
I lock the door. Then out in the world. I walk to the street. I see many cars. I see some people.
I walk to the bus stop. I wait for the bus.
Describing the bus arriving, the bus is here. I get on the bus. I sit down.
And looking around, I sit near the window. I look outside.
I see trees. I see shops. The video makes a great point. Your surroundings are your textbook.
Or if you cycle or drive, I ride my bike. I go in a car. Simple, useful phrases you practice while doing them.
Don't forget feelings. Feel sleepy, excited, tired, and adding time. It is 8 a.m.
I go to school at 8 a.m. I arrive at 8:15. Real life stuff.
Even tiny interactions count. If someone's with you, are you ready? It's not about deep conversation yet, just getting comfortable.
The video mentioned that saying I go to school out loud felt weird at first.
Yeah, but then it became normal, built confidence. Shows how that consistent, simple output makes a difference.
What if you work from home or stay home?
Practice doesn't stop. Just narrate your movements. I walk in my house. I go to the kitchen. I sit on my chair. Your home is packed with practice material.
And this section brought in something new. Thinking in English. Quiet practice.
Yes. Observing people, like he is walking or she is talking on the phone, forming those sentences in your head. The video really stresses how powerful this internal practice is.
Why is that so effective?
It trains your brain to actually process things in English instead of translating. It's a huge step towards thinking naturally in the language.
And there's that nice story about helping a tourist.
Oh, yeah. Just simple directions, go straight, then turn right. But the feeling of empowerment from using basic English in a real situation, it's huge.
It really reframes your commute or just moving around the house. It's all practice potential. And that internal monologue, great way to practice without saying a word.
Absolutely. It builds the mental pathways, gets your brain ready for when you do need to speak.
Okay, so you've arrived. School or work, section 4. Practice in action.
Describing what you're doing related to your tasks.
At school, it might be.
Right.
I start my class. I sit on my chair. I open my bag, naming things.
Yeah.
This is my notebook.
I write in it, this is my pen, mentioning the time. It is 9 a.m. Describing activities. I listen to the teacher.
I listen carefully. I read the board. I read what is on the board.
I take notes. I write down what I learned, just narrating the learning process.
And at work, similar things. I start my work. I sit at my desk.
I work at my desk using tools. I type on my computer. I type emails, interactions. I check messages. I talk to coworkers. I speak with my team.
The message seems to be every little action is a chance. Use those everyday useful words.
Yeah, and the video is really gentle about when it feels hard. Like if your brain feels tired,
What does it suggest?
take a breath. Tell yourself, it's okay, one sentence is enough. Use little affirmations. I study, I try, I grow. Maybe even smile. It builds in that self-kindness.
That's important. And the quiet thinking practice continues here too. Observing the teacher or colleagues.
Definitely. He is the teacher, he is writing, she is asking a question. Keep that internal narration going.
And the video encourages actually speaking up, even small things.
Yes, like saying, I have a question. It might feel scary, but doing it makes you feel stronger.
What about mistakes? That fear holds people back.
The video is super positive about mistakes. They're not bad, they're proof you're trying. Trying is good, mistakes mean you're learning.
And asking for help.
Also framed as bravery. Saying, can you say that again? Or what does that mean? Shows you're engaged and want to understand. It helps you grow faster.
Simple interactions with classmates or colleagues too.
Yeah, just, good morning. How are you? I am fine, thank you. This is my answer. The video says these aren't hard, but they're real. How people actually talk.
Learning new words from people around you.
Like finding small treasures, the video calls them. Write them down. Try using them later. It's learning in context.
And connecting actions to speaking. I study English. I read stories. I send emails. Saying it reinforces it.
Exactly. And when you tie the language directly to your work or study tasks, that vocabulary becomes immediately useful. Much easier to remember.
Okay, time for maybe more social part of the day. Section 5. Talking with friends. Connecting in English.
Right, bringing this simple practice into your interactions.
Starting super basic, yeah. Greetings.
Absolutely. Hi, hello, how are you? I'm fine, and you? I'm good. The video really emphasizes how powerful these simple starters are.
They're like the building blocks.
They are. And using them makes you feel, included. It helps you speak, connect, feel like you belong.
The maybe slightly more involved things.
Like, what are you doing? I'm reading. Simple responses. That's nice. Do you like the book? Or commenting. That is funny. Easy ways to keep a simple chat going.
What about feeling shy or worrying about mistakes with friends?
The video addresses that head on. Mistakes are okay. Friends are usually kind. They'll help. They'll wait. It lowers that anxiety, that effective filter that can block learning.
So friends can be a great source for learning too.
Definitely. Asking, what does that mean when you hear something new? Writing it down, trying it out later. It's learning through real conversation with people you trust.
Using those building blocks again. The simple phrases you know.
Yeah, you don't need complex sentences. You build conversations piece by piece with what you have.
There was a nice story in the video about a friend helping with a word.
Right, and the feeling wasn't embarrassment, it was relief and connection. The message was clear. You don't have to be perfect, you just have to try.
That's such a good takeaway.
Mm-hmm. Even talking about class or study with friends in English is good practice. Did you understand the lesson? A little. Me too. Let's study together.
Safe, low-pressure practice.
Exactly. Fun, full of these little growth moments.
What if your friends speak your first language? How do you practice then?
The video suggests even just asking, can we try in English? Maybe just for one sentence or a few minutes. Every little bit helps integrate it.
And if you're alone?
Imagine conversations. Practice them in your head. The video calls this smart and says it's how great speakers start. Visualize, rehearse.
It really emphasizes that connection aspect. Language is for connecting with people.
Totally. And practicing in these safe, social ways builds that confidence for potentially higher stakes situations later.
Okay, midday break. Fueling up again. Section 6, eating lunch. A delicious practice time.
Yep, another routine, another chance to practice. Talk about the food, the meal itself.
So it is lunchtime. This is my lunch.
Yeah.
Describing it. I have rice or chicken or whatever.
Naming things. This is my spoon. Narrating actions. I eat rice. I drink water.
Describing it more. This food is hot or spicy. Giving opinions. I like the taste.
Or agreeing, me too, or disagreeing. I don't like it. Simple, real reactions.
The video called these easy sentences powerful because they're true in that moment.
Exactly. Directly linked to your experience.
I'm talking about how you feel related to the food.
Yeah, easy and useful stuff. I am hungry. I feel full now. I want more. I like sweet food. Things you might actually say or hear.
The video had a moving part here, recalling feeling silent during past meals.
Yeah, feeling left out. And contrasting that with the big change of being able to talk about the food now, even simply, it shows the social impact.
Taking photos of lunch for social media.
With simple English captions. This is my lunch today. I like it. The video presents it as a fun way to use what you're learning.
Learning new food words seems natural here too.
Definitely. Asking, what is this in English? The video mentioned papaya. Learn it, use it right away. This is papaya, I eat papaya. Repetition.
I like the line. You don't need hard grammar, just your eyes, hands, and heart.
It's very encouraging, isn't it? Engage your senses, your feelings, and just try.
What if you eat alone?
Talk to yourself. I am eating rice. It is hot. It tastes good. The video insists it's not silly, it's smart practice.
Even just closing your eyes, focusing on the taste, finding words.
Speaking softly, slowly. It's all practice. The video's logic. You eat every day, so you can practice every day.
It really drives home how these basic daily actions are structured learning opportunities. Every meal is a lesson.
Rooted in your own direct experience. That's the key.
Okay, the day's winding down.
Yeah.
Heading home.
Yeah.
Section 7, coming home, reflection and routine.
Time to narrate the journey back and what you do when you arrive.
So the commute again, I go home, I wait for the bus comes.
I get on, I sit down, looking out, I look out the window, the sun is going down.
Walking home, I walk to my house, noticing things. The sky is orange. I see children playing.
They're playing football. I see shops. The shops are open. Just describing the scene.
And then getting home. I am home.
I take off my shoes. I put down my bag. I put my bag on the chair. The video describes these words as feeling warm and safe. Your space.
Connecting feelings to being home.
Yeah. This is my room. I sit on my bed. I feel tired. Reflecting. It was a good day. I feel sleepy. Or I feel proud. Expressing those real emotions.
Labeling things at home continues the vocabulary building.
This is my table. These are my books. This is my phone. Every object is a word, a potential sentence.
And that mirror practice again.
I wash my face. I see myself. I'm tired, but I feel proud. The video links that pride directly to the effort of speaking English all day.
Simple chats with family at home.
Absolutely. I talk with my mother, observing. My brother is watching TV, asking or answering, "How was your day?" That's nice. Real small interactions matter.
This seems like a good time for reflection, too.
Definitely. The video suggests asking yourself, what new word did I say today? Try to remember it, use it again, reinforce the learning.
And mistakes are okay in reflection, too.
Yes, it's okay if you forgot something or made mistakes. Just keep going tomorrow. Every speaker starts small.
Writing just one sentence about the day.
In a notebook. I came home at 5 p.m. or I feel tired but proud. The video calls this your words, your story, your English. Very personal.
And talking to yourself about the day's events. Like a summary.
Yeah, I had a long day, I studied hard, I talked with my friend, I ate lunch, I came home. It's like telling your own story in English. Feels strong.
Home really is that safe space for reflection and practice, reinforcing the day's efforts.
And summarizing the day like that helps consolidate everything you practiced earlier. It pulls it all together.
Okay, evening arrives. Section 8, watching TV or studying English active learning.
So this is where maybe more traditional learning fits in, but still with that active speaking focus.
Actions like, I watch TV, I study English, I turn on the TV.
Identifying what you're watching. This is a movie, a cartoon, the news. I listen to English.
But the key is being active about it, right?
Exactly. Pay attention. Try to catch new words. Check them on your phone. Write them down. Repeat them. Try to remember them. The video says even one new word is progress and a gift.
Watching English videos on your phone, too.
Yeah, searching Learn English, finding short, easy ones. Listen, repeat, and feel good when you understand more.
Shadowing came up here, too. Listening and copying.
Helps with pronunciation and rhythm. A good technique.
What about dedicated study time?
Fits right in. Open your notebook. Read the sentences you wrote earlier. I ate lunch. I go home. Then add one more sentence about today. Today I was happy. I talked to my friend. Building skills slowly, consistently.
Talking to yourself during study.
Reinforces it. I speak English now. I feel good today. I learned a new word. Looking in the mirror, speaking slowly, hearing your voice. It's about building that comfort.
What if you just feel tired or lazy? It happens.
The video has advice for that too. Remember your goal. Tell yourself just 1 minute, just one sentence. Often that little start leads to more. But it stresses. It's effort, time, practice. Not magic.
Using learning apps fits here, too.
Yeah, saying words, getting feedback, like good job, like having a mini teacher. Practice anytime, anywhere.
And listening to English songs.
Singing along, trying to catch words. I can sing in English. The video calls this powerful, enjoyable learning, even while relaxing.
Learning with your ears, eyes, heart. Real learning with love. That's a nice way to put it.
And writing a little note at night about your practice. Today I watched TV in English. Just a reminder of your progress.
It shows how you can weave focused learning into the daily flow, complementing the narration practice.
Right. It targets different skills, listening, writing, while keeping that connection to your real life and spoken practice.
Dinner time, often a family time. Section 9, eating dinner and talking with family, sharing your day.
Bringing English into that shared evening meal and conversation.
Setting the scene. It is time for dinner. I eat dinner. I go to the kitchen. Seen people. I see my family.
Greetings and engaging with what others say. Simple responses. Really? What happened next? That's funny. Laughing, connecting. English helps you be part of it.
What about teaching family a word?
Yeah, this means in English, the video says it makes you feel like a teacher, gives you joy.
If nobody's talking much?
Still practice. Talk to yourself. I eat rice, I drink water, I sit with my family. It's still building those pathways.
Talking about tomorrow's plans.
Tomorrow I will study, I will watch a video, I will speak more. Saying it out loud helps you commit to it, the video suggests.
That contrast again between past silence at dinner and being able to join in now.
A big win, the video calls it. Dinner is about sharing. Speaking English, even simply, makes you feel part of it, builds confidence.
Learning new food words naturally comes up here too.
Asking, what is this in English? Spinach, soup, spicy were examples. Learn, repeat, use.
Even helping clean up is practice.
I wash the plates. I dry the cups. I like helping. Expressing feelings. I feel full. That was good. True words are strong words.
The main point here seems to be dinner is ideal practice time. Safe, supportive environment.
Exactly. Home. people who care. You don't need fancy grammar, just simple, real sentences. It makes English part of your family life, not just a school subject.
Okay, the day is really wrapping up now. Section 10. Sleeping and thinking in English, daily review, and future vision.
The final practice phase. Simple actions before bed and getting your mind into English.
Actions like, I go to bed, I walk to my room, I change my clothes.
I wear my nightdress or pajamas, I fold my clothes, I keep my clothes here, I sit on the bed checking time. It is 10:00.
Getting into bed, I lie on my bed, I pull the blanket, I cover myself. Even these small actions are narrated.
And then reflection, a key part. Mentally review the day in simple English sentences.
I woke up, I brushed my teeth, I eat breakfast.
I studied, I talked with friends, I came home.
I ate with my family, I spoke English. The video says these memories become your sentences, your story.
Thinking in English before sleep is powerful too. Quiet practice. Today was a good day.
I spoke English, I learned new words, I made sentences, I feel proud.
Acknowledging your effort.
The video calls this recognizing your success, your journey.
Sometimes speaking out loud before sleep.
Yeah, I am strong, I am learning, I will speak English. The video says these words sink in, build belief, help you feel calm, positive self-talk.
Then mentioning mistakes one last time.
It's okay. Keep going tomorrow. It's about the daily practice, not perfection today.
Listening to quiet English videos before sleep.
Soft voices, simple words, maybe repeat words in your mind, peaceful learning, maybe even helping your brain process while you sleep.
Imagining little stories or conversations in English.
I am walking in a park, I see a friend, I say hello. The video calls this fun, helpful, making English stronger, becoming your own storyteller.
That contrast, again, past silence versus speaking even one line now.
It highlights the progress. The message is, English is part of your whole life, even quietly at night. Small sentences yield big results.
And that final piece, believing you will speak English confidently. Reminding yourself nightly, I can do it and I will. Visualization and affirmation are powerful tools for motivation.
It's a really peaceful way to end the day's practice. Connect, review, set intention.
And those psychological benefits, the positive self-talk, the visualization, they're really important for keeping you going.
Okay, wow. We've covered the whole day, sunrise to sunset and beyond. Let's try and synthesize this. What are the absolute must-remember takeaways from this method?
Well, the big one is simple, consistent, daily practice, using what's already there, your actual life.
Right, the things you do, see, feel. That's the material.
Speak out loud. Even just to yourself, don't let fear of mistakes paralyze you. Mistakes are good, they mean you're trying.
Yeah, the video really hammers that home. Mistakes are part of it.
Repetition is key, especially using the routines you already have. And start small. One word, one sentence. That's a win.
Use your eyes, ears, hands, your whole day.
Exactly. Use what you've got.
And the transformation the video describes, it's pretty profound, isn't it?
It really is. From freezing up, feeling silent and scared,
To speaking more confidently, connecting with people, feeling proud, building a whole new relationship with English and yourself.
it's framed as more than just learning language. It's about finding your voice, gaining power.
That cumulative effect of tiny steps every day is just huge.
Yeah, it trains the language skills, but maybe just as importantly, it trains the mindset, the courage to actually use the language.
So bringing it back to everyone listening, the video makes it feel so doable. Like you could start right now.
Because you can. You've heard how every part of your day, waking, eating, working, relaxing, it's all packed with these simple practice opportunities.
Right. So here's the thought we want to leave you with, straight from the video spirit. Think about the very next thing you're going to do. Could be anything. Getting a drink, checking your phone, standing up. What's just one simple English sentence you could say about that action? Just one. Maybe whisper it, maybe think it, maybe even say it to someone if they're there.
What's that one sentence for you right now?
Remember that vision from the source.
Right.
You're not just learning lists of words.
You're building your voice. You're changing how you move through your world. You're becoming that English speaker you want to be.
Every word, every sentence, no matter how simple, it's a real step. Keep speaking, keep growing.